Today we're going to look at a budget-friendly microphone from Phenyx Pro, and here's one, but wait, here's two, hold on, here's three, and guess what? Got one more. Here's four. So this is actually the transmitters here from the PTU-7000 2H2B from Phenyx Pro. It allows you to use all four of these microphones at the same time. Budget-friendly price that really leans into mid-grade performance. We're gonna go through all the features, specs, and benefits, and we're gonna do it right now. How you doing, everybody? Justin Schwartz here, coming at you as always from the lovely DJs Guru studio. And that's right, today we are discussing and talking about the Phenyx Pro PTU-7000 2H2B. Before we go into all of that, make sure you're checking us out at thedjsguru.com. We've got a great article and a full write-up on this particular system. There's a link for that down in the description. If you have any questions, make sure you drop them down below. Always happy to answer questions for you, and consider subscribing. We'd love to see you back here again. Now, let's get into this microphone system. So you've seen me do a few Phenyx Pro products before in the past. I actually did a dual handheld wireless system that I was very impressed with. They gave me the opportunity to review this 4-channel system, and I thought it made a lot of sense because this is actually under $350 for the whole system. Okay, so like I showed you in the open, this is a 4-channel system. It's going to come with 2 handhelds and then 2 body packs. It also comes with 2 lavaliers or lapel microphones, and it also comes with 2 headsets. So you can mix and match with 2 handhelds, 2 lavs, 1 headset, 1 lav, or 2 headsets. Really the choice is up to you and how you want to do it. All right, so quickly, the first thing I want to do here is go through some of the features and the specs. So again, 4-channel system. It has a max distance range of 328 feet. It's all metal construction on the receiver and the microphones. The body packs are a little flimsier than the microphones here. They're definitely plastic. They seem to perform very well, and their connections are excellent here, but you know, they do feel a little bit different than the receiver and the handhold, so just wanted to be sure about that. Each channel has 40 selectable frequency ranges, and it's a UHF frequency range for each channel. So that is 160 total channels that you have to play with. And there's an auto scan feature. It's a 1-button synchronization to find the best channel available in the area that you're in. So it'll automatically find the best channel, and then you can actually take that and remotely send it to the transmitters, whether it's the handheld or the body packs. Some of the other features that you should be aware of is these all have individual inputs, plus they have a few different outputs in the back, which we'll show you later, but there are additional outputs included in the microphone receiver. So really a lot going on here, a lot of ins and outs, and a robust looking system. All right, so let's discuss some practical use. I did have an opportunity to use these at a few events and in some testing. So I will tell you that just like the other Phenyx Pro units, the sound was clean. Wasn't as strong as some of the other microphones and better quality brand names that I've used in the past, but the sound was really good. There wasn't a lot of signal noise, so when I had things turned down and there was no music playing, it was quiet. Some of the cheaper microphones I've had in the past, it could be loud. You can kind of hear like a white noise or a hissing sometimes when you have no music on. This did not do that. It also wasn't hot to the touch. A lot of times you pick up a microphone and they're so hot, as soon as you touch them, the sound comes through your speakers. That did not happen here, which shows for a better quality manufacturing process. Another thing that I wanted to mention was 328 feet distance range. Really seemed to have no problem with that. I was in more of a catering hall. It wasn't completely busy. It was about an 80-person event. I would say though that with this particular microphone, if I was in like a convention center, I would be a little bit more wary of the UHF frequency. I might expect some signal dropouts in that type of environment, but in a smaller banquet hall room, it seemed to perform really well, so I had no issues with that. And the last thing I will point out, again, is you have 4 separate channels here. So you have the ability to hold on to one yourself, give another MC or one of your working DJs the other handheld. If you have someone that is coming in to play an instrument or to sing or to do anything else where you're going to need a microphone for them, you have 4 different ways that you can actually put sound out there for them to use. And that just really makes it very flexible, and having those options really does make life easier when you're working an event. All right, so let's look at the front here of the PTU-7000 receiver. As we talked about before, all metal construction. Really nice looking LCD display here. Really easy to read. Basically gives you the group and channel number for each of the 4 channels that you have on the receiver. Only a few different buttons here to choose from. And this set button basically allows for the synchronization really easily. It does it for you automatically, just at one push of a button there. It's gonna do the auto scan. It's gonna put it right at the perfect frequency range for where you are. And then it automatically links up to the transmitter that you're using. You have individual volume control for each channel here on the front, which is kind of cool. And that's basically it. It's really straightforward. The other thing that I did like is that you send the information from the receiver to the transmitters here via IR, and you can do that with a push of a button as well. So there's really no buttons or things that you have to do on the actual handheld or the body pack. Everything is done from here, which is very cool. Let's take a look at the back. All right, so this is the back. As we see here, you have 4 separate balanced XLR inputs for the microphone inputs here. You have a mix output here, as I discussed earlier. You do have an additional output here on the back of the wireless microphone receiver, which is cool. And here are your half-wave antennas. Not as solid as some of the half-wave antennas I've felt in the past, I will say that. But again, this is a budget system, so you do see some spots where, although it is rugged, you do see some places where maybe they spent a little less money when they made it. But that's the back. All right, so this is the handheld. I wanted you to see a more close-up look of the handheld. We'll turn it on. Nice LCD display on there. It feels really solid. It comes with this anti-roller mechanism here that you slide on, so when you drop it down, it's not gonna fall off the table. But this thing feels great. It looks great. Works easy. All right, so what are some things that I don't love about this system? I mentioned this before, but I'm gonna show it to you again. The body packs are not at the same durability and kind of construction level that I've seen in the past with some other brands. So definitely you can see that they cut some, I don't want to say cut corners, but they definitely save some money here in the body packs. Definitely not as well made, and they don't feel as durable or solid as the metal pieces here. Again, this is a system, it's a budget system, right? So I would not take this into any environment that it's not designed for. What is it designed for? It's designed for your everyday parties. Like I told you before, my event was an 80-person, smaller event. It was not in a huge facility where there was 9 DJs working and musicians working at the same time. It was a smaller place, wasn't as big of a deal, so I had no problems. But if I brought this into a convention center, if I brought this into a really big catering hall where I had 100 things going on at one time, I might get some signal dropouts. It could possibly happen. So keep that in mind and make sure you're not buying a budget microphone. Even though it does kind of punch up and it leans into more of a mid-grade performance, I wouldn't necessarily bring this into the most expensive wedding that you're doing or some sort of corporate event where you just can't have any dropouts. Lastly, what I will say is the audio quality of this was clean. It did sound very good. It did not sound as good as my higher end microphones. So Luckily, I have a strong projecting voice. It wasn't a big difference from what I heard, at least, but it is something that you should be aware of, that you're not going to get the same type of audio clarity and total signal strength as you would with some of the more expensive units. All right, everybody, so what did you think? That is the Phenyx Pro PTU-7000 2H2B. I think they have different configurations of this. You could probably get 4 handhelds, 4 body packs. I chose this configuration. I think it was really flexible and added a lot of value for the working DJ, musician, band. Lots to offer, lots of flexibility. Really was impressed again with a lot of the feature sets here. Impressed with the price point, and for someone who needs this type of flexibility and wants a reliable system without having to spend thousands, this is something that definitely deserves your attention. So we hope you enjoyed watching this video. My name is Justin Schwartz. If you're interested in making a purchase, there's going to be a link in the description. You can click that link and use the code the DJs Guru for a special discount. Also, make sure you're checking us out at thedjsguru.com. We have a full write-up, an article at our website there. Also will be a link in the description. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them down below and consider subscribing. We'd love to see you back here again. As I always like to say, everyone, we'll see you on the flip side. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.